Hey guys, my name is Jason and I'm here at Overland Expo today, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about some of my favorite roof racks that I was able to take a look at. Most of this is going to be focused on SUVs and 4Runners for the most part, so if you want to see some truck stuff, I will be talking about that at the next expo that I go to. So let's go ahead and get started with the video, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Alex with Sherpa Equipment Company, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about our rack systems. This is our Prinsu rack for the 4th gen Toyota 4Runners. Something that's unique to our racks is the alloys we use. We use a 6000 series 6061 1/4-inch thick aluminum for our side plates. So you get a lot more rigidity out of this side plate versus using like 3/16 5000 series, which you would use to pull bends out of. We also do the 6000 series in our fairings as well, so it's super stout. We have a lot of adjustability built into our rack systems, a lot of modularity. We use extrusion for all of our crossbars, so you have a 1/4-inch slot to mount anything into on all 4 sides of those crossbars. So every rack that we utilize factory mounting points. The 4th gen, 3rd gen, and 5th gen 4Runners all have factory mounting points. The 3rd gens have a roof track system that we work into, but you're not gonna have to drill your rack for these. And another really cool thing we do is we include these rubber spacers that not only act as an isolator from your rack to your truck, but it also gives you a full watertight seal without having to use silicone or any messy sealant along those lines. So it's super easy. You can just install it and bolt it in without adding any additive to it. We do recommend a little bit of blue Loctite just to seal up those threads and also give you the security that your bolts aren't going to back out, especially because we advertise our racks for people that want to go do harder trails and push their trucks to the limit. So Loctite goes a long way on those, but everything's super stout. So it uses a 47-inch crossbar, and you basically get tip to tail coverage on the whole truck. I couldn't tell you the inch measurement off the top of my head, but it basically gives you from the tip of your windshield all the way back to the point where you're going to clear your hatch coming up, so you're not going to hit your spoiler on that. So we have a lot of different options as far as setups. You can do a copious amount of light bars, but we have a full and half fairing version that you can choose from. So the half fairing is going to give you a cutoff right above these bolts here, and that gives you room to run pretty much any single rail light bar on the market. We have a lot of options as far as mounting brackets for those light bars, and we're coming out with more as we go along. So that gives you a lot of options there. As you can see on this rack over here, we have a prototype setup for these diode dynamic lights. I think we're gonna have something that brings these lights up just a little bit higher. This rack could be moved forward a little bit. That's something really rad about our setup, is we have a lot of forward and backwards adjustment and mounting point adjustment. We designed that into the racks because we found a lot of the vehicles actually are not all the same. Even though they're the exact same model from the same year, there's all these different little variations in the factory mounting points. So that adjustment gives you a lot of opportunity to fix things like how far off the roof your light bar is sitting, wind noise, or even just how the rack's fitting on the truck in general. So that's nice. Yeah, so that one actually comes in. So we have a half fairing on this one. This rack's a little bit taller, so it ends a little bit higher above the bolts. But this light bar just comes in and bolts to the crossbar behind this. Usually we bolt to the crossbar up top and just have it go forward. But this is the light bar brackets that actually came with the Baja design light, and we were able to just bolt it in with some T-nuts and bolts. All right, so another product that we came out with this summer actually is our window panels. These are proprietary to our rack systems. We made them match the body lines really nice, so it really does have that OEM clean look, especially if you don't have anything mounted to it. We like to match the body lines and the window lines nicely. These bolt into the rack system, and then they suction cup onto your glass. These each have a 30-pound weight rating. We've done a bunch of testing with these, and it's a super great way to get a little bit more real estate on the outside of your truck, especially when you're running something like a rooftop tent. So we have on the MaxTrack side, we have a little setup that kind of offsets it just to clear everything, but it basically just has a whole array of mounting options. You can do quick fists and put shovels and axes on here. Some people are putting water ports, so they have the opportunity to have pressurized water. On my personal truck, I have a scabbard on the side of my truck, and I put my chainsaw in there for when I'm out doing super tight trails that might have fallen trees. And I like to just keep the chainsaw out of the back of my truck. So tons of options for these, anything within that 30-pound weight rating, and has some kind of modular bolting system. Or if we don't have the bolt pattern that's laid out for you, there's still a lot of real estate on here to drill your own holes. So tons of ways to do it. So this is a replica of, this is the material most of our competitors are using. This is a 5000 series 3/16, which is kind of what I talked about earlier. And you can see how wavy and bendy this is, and that's just from people playing with it at the show. So this is super easy to bend. They're designed to be bent, and a lot of other rack companies are pulling bends out of these. So they have to have a material that's bendable, whereas ours, super rigid. This has been at the same shows, played with by the same people, and you can see ours is dead straight, and the other material is super bent and warped just from people playing with it. This is only like a 20-inch piece. Imagine that over 8 foot on your rack, and you're putting the weight of a 200-pound rooftop tent on it, side loading it, all that. So having that rigid material, that thicker material, is game changer.
We also offer handle light brackets for all of our racks. It's compatible with all of them. That we can mount a Baja Designs rock light, which is great for camping and lighting up your campsite.
Hey guys, Drew here with UpTop Overland. Just wanted to talk to you today about our lineup of roof racks that we offer for a wide variety of vehicles at this point. We started in the Toyota market but have expanded much further than that at this point. And right now we are looking at our Alpha display. So these are different profiles of racks that we have to offer. We have 4Runners, FJ Cruiser, the brand new 2022 Tundra, and a bunch of Tacomas on the bottom. And this is just giving you kind of the in-depth look of all the profiles we can do, but it's not limited to what we do. So we have color match on these racks. These racks are pretty unique. It's a dual panel design. We're the only ones in the industry doing that right now. So you get a 1/4-inch inner, you get a 3/16 outer. The Alphas do come standard in black, but they have this option for color match. We do all factory color match on the Alphas. They come standard in black. Color match is an upgrade, but it would be matched exactly to your OEM paint code on your vehicle. The Alphas are also pretty unique because they come with a true handle as opposed to some cutouts that might exist in other racks on that market. This is our 1.0 handle, but we do have a 2.0 handle on that Tacoma behind me that's going to be coming out here very, very soon. These racks are pretty cool. They use an extruded aluminum load bar, so they have a wide variety of accessories, not only from us, but also from other competitors in the marketplace as well, so we do have cross compatibility there. And this is our creme de la crop of racks. So these are going to be a little bit more premium price, but you are going to get more structural rigidity with this rack. You're going to have more mounting options with this rack, and then you get this unique flair of not only the dual panel, but also the color match as well. We didn't want to put a bunch of holes in the side, which is why we have a true handle, but the cutouts you're talking about, this is, this elongated stop sign, if you will, is a knockout for our scene pod, which is an integrated lighting solution. It uses a Baja Designs rock light, and then we have an ABS plastic. It's injection molded, it's UV stable, that holds that rock light downwards at a 30-degree angle, so you can get really good scenic lighting on the ground around you. And then the cutouts is kind of the same on that front fairing as well. We offer just a standard no cut. We have a universal 40-inch configuration, but we also have a lot of specific lighting, like a Baja Designs LP series, Onyx 6, and even our own in-house 38-inch dual function light bar that we just released last week. All of these profiles are designed to match a profile of a roof, and then they're going to be held together side to side with load bars. And like I said earlier, the load bars we use are a standard extrusion across the industry. However, it is important to note that by and large, our racks are 2 to 3 inches wider than all of our competitors' racks. Our Tacoma rack is 50 inches wide. The next closest comparison is only going to be 48. These are the Bravo racks. You can see, again, they've got a lot of different arrays in terms of the cuts. We have this one with a big notch here, which is actually specific to a Nissan Xterra. But all of these are going to be offered in black, as you can see, so this display is a lot less colorful, and that's one of the features of the Bravo. So the Bravo is a little bit more utilitarian, is kind of how I describe it to people. Still has all the same load capacity ratings as the Alpha series. It still has the same amount of load bars, still uses that same load bar size, so the width is all the same, but it's just, a more simple design. So you have all black finish, all black load bars, and then just basic fairing options. It does not come standard with the handles. They can be added as an option, just like the scene pods as well. But this is really for the guy that just wants to throw on a rack and hit the trail immediately. He doesn't want to fuss with the wiring. He just wants to go have fun outside. And this is going to be a little bit more in line competitively as far as pricing goes and as far as features go when you compare it to some of the other options that exist in the marketplace.
What's going on, guys? Keegan here with CBI and Prinsu. We're going to go over our Prinsu rack, kind of what makes us different and kind of the reasons why we are biased towards our own rack, right? We'll start up here on the front. We do have trying to be aerodynamic with our roof rack, right? We try to be light, so it's all aluminum, and if you can see, it contours to the roof of your rack. We chose the thickness of our rack specifically to be able to provide the perfect amount of strength that you would need for a tent, for boxes, whatever you need up there, but to keep it as lightweight as possible, right? No overkill there. Up front, we have a wind deflector. We do have a couple different options of wind deflectors. We have our standard, which is full length, which does not include a light bar mount. We do have our 40-inch light bar cutout. For those who do want to run any type of light bar, 40 inches that fits up there, as well as, you know, any pod lights. I know Baja Diode, they make pod lights that now you can attach with our light bar mounts up there on top. And then we just released a new wind deflector that has pod light cutouts in it. So you can mount pod lights that sit down in your wind deflector, try to get those at a little bit more low profile angle. Okay, as we get to the side of this rack, you will see how it flows with the vehicle. A lot of these racks, Tacoma, 4Runner, they're non-drill options, so they go into factory holes, which is awesome. We do have our mounting feet. They are bent feet. So that just provides extra strength. Instead of having to go to a bolt option, they are provided extra strength there. As you see, we have extrusions across, aluminum extrusions. We made this rack so you can slide these extrusions however you need. If you have a tent or boxes and want to move them up or back, you can. Same thing, if your wife really loves the moonroof, you can adjust your extrusion so she can enjoy that moonroof. If there's anything that you want mounted up on your rack, one, we either have mounting option for it, an accessory for it, or you can find a way to do it. We have tent mounting feet. These are already on iCamper's mounting feet, which work perfectly with our rack. The other thing about our extrusions that make us unique is we have drop-in points. We'll show you some B-roll of that, but it provides the opportunity to drop in whatever mounting system you need without actually having to separate your side rail from those extrusions. These are awesome. They're aluminum as well, made in-house. They mount to and use existing extrusion hardware, but you also can use them just as a handle or as a floodlight. These little Baja pod lights can light up the side of your vehicle when you're at camp. Yeah, second thing is our awning mounts. So they mount to the outside so we can mount any awnings. This is our low pro. We have one that sits a little bit higher in case you need a little bit more room up and under. We also have our quick release awning mounts that people can pop on and off. That'll stay. So you can pop your awning off, set it in your garage and not be driving it around throughout the week and throw it on the weekend.